Hello everybody and welcome to another Marvel Legends review, following on from my last SDCC review. Today we're taking a look at the second SDCC exclusive by Hasbro and Marvel Legends. This is part of their Marvel 80 years. This is their boxed up, incredible Hulk. Gorgeous artwork on the front of this outer shell. It's exactly what it says on the tin, just a big white mailer. And on the inside we have one of the world's biggest blister cards. I love how they've done this. This is again very much like what they did with their Sentinel, giving us a really big carded back for it. I mean, just to give you an idea of how big this actually is, let's bring in the 80th cap. That's a pretty big card, isn't it? Back of the box sees Hulk in a kind of dioramic pose with his smashed up pipe, and here we have him, Hulk, smashing his way through the packaging onto my rotating display base. Absolutely adore how this one looks. I love that crew cut that they've got going on with the hair. Now of course this is the same mold essentially as what they gave us in the Wolverine 2-pack, but with a much kind of darker style paint job. And I love that crushed pipe that he's sporting as well. This is an amazing buck. I love what they're doing with them. Not without its flaws. I will talk you through those when we tackle the articulation. There, get some really kind of unsightly angles, like you can see there on that elbow. But all in all, it's vast improvements on what we've had over the last couple of years in terms of Hulk. We've got the Hulk from the 2-pack with the Valkyrie, which was then released again in a 5-pack, I believe it was, and then he got his own kind of crew cut hair version and was released with the Ultron and the Vision, which I believe that was meant to be a kind of totally awesome Hulk, which I still don't have, so if anybody has that one going, I'd still be interested in that. But this is more of kind of that hulking menace. I was brought up on Hulk. He's by far my favourite Marvel character. I've always had a thing for Hulk. He's just something about him. I think it's just the pure rage. But this looks absolutely insane. Now appearance-wise, he really kind of reminds me of this old Hulk Classics. I believe this was the Savage Hulk from the Hulk Classics line. Really kind of reminds me of that figure, but he's just got that so much more heft and bulk. He's kind of a really nice blend between our regular Legends and something like the Marvel Select. Speaking of which, he's not quite as big as the Marvel Select figures, but I mean his sheer bulk and size isn't that far off. That's the 2-pack Hulk that I had, the one that came with Valkyrie, that's had various different incarnations. I'm definitely after, I think it was the Age of Ultron reissue they did of it, where he's paired up against Vision and Ultron, because it definitely has that more totally awesome Hulk kind of head sculpt on there. But yeah, this is by far my favourite Hulk, and I'll probably have him squared off against Puny Banner. Now for those of you that liked your ripped shirt look, the 2-pack that we get with Wolverine comes with the shirt, and being the same mould, it will work on either figure. Now I know this angry face is not going to be to everybody's taste. Some like the kind of more neutral, and some like the more kind of retro, vibrant green that we got with the 80th 2-pack. But personally, I really like this kind of really dark, crisp purple they've used for his lower pants. And I love the fact that we've got these dark veins running throughout. He's even got that dark around the eyes. The head sculpt on this particular Hulk, he is exceptionally well done. I do love the way they've painted up the hair, his mouth, his tongue. It's all green in there. The articulation, if you haven't seen my review for the 80th 2-pack, is sensational. We can look down and up slightly. The upwards motion is a little bit better on this Hulk due to how the head sculpt is on the back of the head. But we can go down, we can go left, and we can go right. We can tilt side to side. We've got rotation on those shoulders. We can come out to the side. We have an amazing butterfly joint, which brings the arms all the way to the back, which is really good for kind of those smashing poses. We can bend the arms in. There's an upper bicep rotation. We have a cut in the forearm, much like we got with the 12-inch scale Hulk, which I mentioned when I reviewed that oversized Hulk, that we really need that kind of introduced in our smaller Legends, and now we have it. So we get a rotation in there, and a bend. We do get this kind of sloppy looking elbow joint there, which kind of slips over and overlaps. Looks fine when the arms are straight, but does kind of look slightly off when we have the arms bent. We have rotation and a pivot on the fists. We have a really nice abdominal crunch in there, as well as an upper torso rotation, and we get a lower waist rotation as well. So he is jam-packed. I love the fact that we've got this sculpt going all the way up into the torso as well. So we have the 8-pack here, and then if we move it back, he's stretching out his chest, and we still have all of that muscular definition. Legs can come forwards, backwards, out to the side, up at thigh rotation, double jointed bend on those knees, and really huge range on these feet. Really nice big forwards and backwards motion, and of course we get that ankle pivot, and we get some painted Hulk toes as well, because everybody needs painted Hulk toes. Absolutely adore this Hulk. Not sure which one I prefer though. Both mean a lot to me. This is kind of the Hulk that I knew and loved from the Incredible Hulk cartoon in the 90s. It's what he reminds me of, and this is kind of the Hulk that was tearing his way through the comics when I was growing up as well. So, I mean, out of all of these figures that I've got recently, a lot of them have been paid for by friends. Once I've reviewed them, I'm sending them on. There was no way I would be able to afford all of this on my own. YouTube does not bring in anywhere near that sort of revenue for me. Some of the big boys, yeah, they do okay off YouTube, but us little ones, not so much. But the Hulks, yeah, the Hulks are mine. They're what I've paid for. Cannot recommend these enough. Absolutely adore what Hasbro are doing with these at the moment. It's a really great time to be a Marvel Legends collector. If you would like to purchase any of these and you cannot get to SDCC, I have included a link in the description below here, which takes you through to Robot Kingdom, where you can buy pretty much all of the 80th anniversary line, as well as the SDCC exclusive. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, for myself and Hulk, goodbye.